I'm the guy.
You're fired.
Are you ready?
They make sure you ain't booty.
Any man with two hands has a fighting chance.
Be up John Cena. Welcome to Raw is Jericho.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
How you doing?
You see What the Rock
You just made the list. Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show.
is cooking.
Hello and welcome to R&J Podcasts, The Scoop.
The Scoop.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Tasty. Although we don't have a brand of cereal that we're endorsing, do we?
We do. You can get your Rodios.
Rodios. Or your Jakey Pops.
Jakey Pop. Jakey Pop sounds like something I'd ask for around the back of a nightclub at 3 o'clock in the
It
morning.
really is.
Yeah, bruv, you got any Jakey with bruv?
You got any Jakey for me? Yeah, I need my hit. I need my hit. I need my Jakey.
Snort
Pop
that shit
me.
up your nose. Anyway, there is no news this week, apart from the
My
fact that
God.
we're both clearly crack addicts. Let's
Yeah.
talk Survivor Series and NXT TakeOver Wargames. Let's start with NXT TakeOver Wargames. Now, I haven't been watching NXT week to week since around the time Shinsuke, Finn, and Joe left. So, good while. I watched this show and I was blown away. Like, the Velveteen Dream, who incidentally was on the latest season of Tough Enough. Do you remember?
Really? No, it's not him.
I can't remember his name.
Wasn't he? He got into a fight.
He was the guy. What is his name? He was the guy, the
He was
only
like-
one in there who was an actual pro wrestler.
Yeah, and he knew everything.
Yeah, and he was
About
like the only one in there
WWE.
who was legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's him. He is the Velveteen Dream, and he has completely embraced his character. And he had a match with Aleister Black / Tommy End, and it was one of the matches of the year. Like, I'd put it up there with, I don't know, in terms of WWE / NXT matches, it's probably my second favourite match of the year, behind Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne from the TakeOver show earlier in the year.
Well, it kind of like Tough Enough is now got two current people from the last season.
Tough
now
Enough
working.
is a joke.
Yeah, I know. I'm fully aware of that.
Tough Enough is a joke. But we will talk more Tough Enough when we talk Raw and a certain debut.
Exactly.
And a certain re-debut, funnily enough. Because I completely forgot that she was actually one of the judges. So yeah, NXT, the War Games match. As much as I hear people saying, it's not War Games, they didn't have a roof. The fact they didn't have a roof made it even more brutal. It was incredible. The Authors of Pain looked legit. Undisputed Era are great. Roderick Strong has an awesome surname.
Twat.
What else was great on that card? Cassius Ohno is... I feel he's not being used correctly, but that's just me. That's because I think Chris Hero is one of the best wrestlers on the planet, bar none. Top 5, amazing guy. Tall
I
as
want
well.
you to go through your top 5 at the end of this episode.
I have to go through the top 5 wrestlers on the planet at the end of this episode.
Yes. And if
Okay.
Chris Hero does not feature, I'll be bitterly disappointed.
He's going to have to feature now.
Yeah, but then you're gonna. I want you to be stuck between like, it's Shinsuke Nakamura or Chris Hero.
Is it Febreze? I would put Tyler Breeze in there if he was given the opportunities he should be given. That's another story for another day. So yes, if you haven't seen TakeOver, I suggest you go and watch it because it was
Like
a great
me after
show.
this podcast.
Not including you, Rodders, but
No,
for the
I
listeners-
should.
For the listeners, it was a great show, very well worth going out your way to watch. Now let's talk Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
Which was okay. I think this is very much the definition of a thumbs in the middle, not the bar, but a thumbs in the middle show. Slightly cooked upwards.
But are you taking into account the brilliance that was the kickoff show?
I didn't watch the kickoff show.
I know you don't watch the kickoff show.
I don't watch the kickoff show. What is it about Elias and Matt Hardy that I need to watch?
Apparently... in my head, I'm going, well, apparently Matt Hardy is going to become broken. I've been saying that in my head for since April.
Matt Hardy only came back in April, people. He already is just another guy. They didn't... The stupid thing is, they brought in the Hardy Boys, and all of us moron fans went, oh my God, they're bringing him in to do the broken thing. No, they wanted Jeff, and so they had to bring in Matt. How did we not see this?
Matt, how you doing? Yeah, you want to come back to WWE?
Hey. Oh,
Do you want to...
that
how's
fat
Jeff?
son of a bitch is your brother.
like seriously, they wanted Jeff. Proof in the pudding is the fact that Jeff had an Icy Title shot. They wanted Jeff, so they had to bring Matt. I mean, they've tried to get the broken gimmick, but let's be honest, they wanted Jeff. Jeff is a main event level talent. If Jeff came back tomorrow, you could put him in the main event and no one would bat an eyelid. They go, yeah, no, he's Jeff Hardy. That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, also,
and Jeff doesn't need a gimmick.
The cruiserweight title match again on the kickoff show. So why do these guys get to headline Raw and then they're on the kickoff show? I don't get it.
Is it to draw people to... I mean, you got the whole argument that they main event Raw, but that's because that's where they get the lowest numbers.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of the times Raw actually gets, in the main event, Raw gets a really good number because of the overrun. So you get millions of people tuning in to watch CSI or whatever the hell's on after Raw. And it's like, they tune in at like 11 and it's like, oh fuck, when's CSI on?
Yeah, but
still Raw.
Yeah, but
so therefore
like,
the ratings are really good.
That's like Antiques Roadshow. Being able to be like, we've got millions and millions of fans just because it happens to be on before another, like, I don't know, okay, like CSI. Okay, that doesn't make the people that want to watch CSI Antiques Roadshow fans. They can't catch those ratings. I'm not suddenly going to be like, oh, it's the Antiques Roadshow, brilliant. Can watch that before CSI.
No, but the point is that if you put it on and there's an overrun, because Raw will always overrun, even though it's 3 hours long. So if there's a slight overrun, the ratings they catch at the 11 o'clock hour mark will count towards your ratings. So you could feasibly look at that and you could say, well, Enzo's drawing if he's in the main event and they get higher ratings at the end. It used to be a thing that would happen in Cena all the time. People go, yeah, but look, the ratings for Cena are great at the end. Yeah, that's because people are tuning in for the next show. So you have to factor. I mean, I'm sure they do factor that in. Cena's a bad example. I mean, Cena and Enzo are two different stratospheres. But yes, and then the other kickoff match. The other kickoff match. There's a fundamental problem in that, for me, Kevin Owens headlined Hell in a Cell. Sami Zayn interrupted the Hell in a Cell, and they became the main event of SmackDown. In that one night, they both became instant stars.
Yep.
The man who was beaten in that match, not that long ago, who fell off the top of a Hell in a Cell, was in a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, and he was the last member of his team.
Yep.
WWE has an age problem, and people are just sweeping it under the carpet, and it's driving me fucking insane.
I don't think it's got a... Like, okay, no. I said that wrong. Quite right with the age problem. But it's also, like... It's... age or not. They've got... The focus shouldn't be on Shane.
No, that's why I'd... Unless... I mean, we'll get to this when we talk Raw. But unless Jason Jordan is going to be featured prominently going forward... I don't see the point of taking him out of that match. I do not see the point. But we will get to that. We'll get to my Hunter Hearst Helmsley rant.
So, the Shield, the New Day.
The Shield and the New Day.
Shield and the New Day.
I actually felt quite disappointed in this. There was quite a few times where I felt a bit bored. I expected much more. It was good, but I expected more. There was a lot of really clunky moments in it. I feel like the Shield aren't as smooth as they used to be, which is understandable. They haven't tagged in a while. But I remember watching the Shield 2013, 2014. Everything was just slick. Everything was just like a well-oiled machine. They were the hounds of justice. They would come in like a pack of dogs, just beat the crap out of you. But now it just feels really static, and everyone's just a bit like Seth has lost a step because of where he hurt himself. Like, he really has lost a lot of fire. Like, you don't have the same sort of babyface comebacks.
Yeah.
And it was a fundamental problem throughout the night. Who do you cheer for? Fans like to know who to cheer for and who to boo.
I think the New Day did their best to be as heel as possible.
Yes, they did. But you don't want to boo the New Day when they're in there with Roman Reigns.
No.
I like Roman Reigns, but a crowd of fans who don't like Roman Reigns are not going to cheer Roman Reigns. So it's kind of like cheer Seth, cheer Dean, boo Roman, boo New Day when they're beating down Roman, but well, no, because they're doing a heel beatdown with a unicorn stamp thing.
Yep.
It was a good match, but I felt let down. I actually felt quite let down by it.
Here are my points from that particular match. It's the first full match that I've seen of the Shield.
Oh, wow.
So for me, this was awesome. And it makes me think that I really need to go back to 2013.
Yes.
Because you could see, like, if you're saying that they are a shadow of their former selves.
Yes.
Then you could still see like their communication and their planning and things like that. So I like that aspect of it. And I thought, as someone for people who maybe are new to WWE or anything like that within the last 2-3 years, then good stuff.
Yeah, it's cool. I can get that. I completely
They would have caught on.
Yeah.
They would have caught on and been like, "Oh shit, I need to go check that out." So they could get more. They could get more stuff for the network and whatnot, more subscribers and stuff like that through that. So that's cool. The other aspect I liked was the chemistry between Rollins and Xavier Woods, because they're buddies outside. They work together on up, down, down.
Yes. Okay.
A fair bit. So it kind of felt when Seth Rollins did the powerbomb into the turnbuckle, it was kind of like, no, you shouldn't be doing this.
I feel so uncomfortable whenever I see that move.
Yep.
It's not even that Seth is dangerous, because I don't think he is. I think he's a professional, but it ended Sting's career. It really hurt Finn. Like, it took Finn out for like 8 months. I really feel uncomfortable. And I don't feel like it adds that much to the match.
No, it was kind of like, I saw it and I was like, no, you shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt as though Xavier Woods was kind of like, you know, that powerbomb turnbuckle thing you used to do.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. But the problem is, if you're Xavier Woods, say if Xavier gets, it's slightly different, because if Xavier gets injured, then the New Day can continue on. Xavier doesn't have to be in the ring.
Yeah.
And I feel the same could go for Kofi. Like, if Kofi got injured, but he could still come out with the New Day, he just doesn't have to wrestle. It's Big E that I worry about, because if Big E gets injured, that's a real issue for the New Day. You were speaking about Shield matches. The Shield versus the Wyatt family from Elimination Chamber. I'm not sure if it was 2014, but the difference there is that the Shield were finally turned face, and the crowd were so behind Roman Reigns. It's crazy to go back and watch now, because you had Wyatt and Reigns were kind of the two leaders at that point. There wasn't a real leader of the Shield the whole time. First it was kind of Dean, then it was kind of Roman. But that match was so good. I mean, people were cheering and chanting, "This is awesome," before they even got in the ring.
Wow.
And And there was another one. I think it was a Money in the Bank kickoff. And it was like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins against the Usos. And it was just like where did that come from? People forget just how good Roman was. People seem to also forget the fact that there was a certain Royal Rumble match where the last two people in the ring were Batista and Roman Reigns. And the crowd wanted Roman to win.
Yep.
Fast forward a year later, people are booing Roman. It's crazy. It's just like they were doing everything right with Roman Reigns. People were behind Roman Reigns. It was like, make him now. And it's almost like they waited too long. People say, oh, they've rammed him down their throats. They've pushed him too fast. I think they waited too long. If they'd have pushed the button then and there and had Roman versus Randy, I think people still would have got behind Bryan, obviously, because that was the Daniel Bryan story. But that was the moment. That was the moment. But anyway, onwards with Survivor Series and now. Women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. This was okay.
Yeah.
I
had no quarrels with it.
But the only thing is, it's kind of like I thought Tamina looked really good. Like,
yeah.
Why not push Tamina? I was like, okay, cool. I'm fine with that.
I tell you what. When I watched this match, I felt as though I had a piece of paper in front of me and it said Women's 5-on-5 Traditional Survivor Series Bingo. And I was like, oh, okay, look at my bingo card. Okay, cool. So I've got Nia Jax being counted out. Yep. Got that one.
Yep.
Brilliant. Yeah, and it just had all these different things that were just bound to happen.
Yeah, but it should happen.
Winning, of course.
Yeah. But I feel that the way they planned this match, it didn't make SmackDown look weak.
Oh, no.
I think Asuka has to win because Asuka transcends anything. She is...
Yeah.
But what's
Without
interesting
doubt.
for me was a certain result later in the night.
Ho, ho, ho.
So, should we talk the champion versus champion match? Baron Corbin versus The Miz. Bit of an issue here in that the crowd didn't know who to cheer for. The Miz started working as a heel, but then Baron started working as a heel. I texted you and I said, I'm watching this match, and I was like, well, they're so quiet. The crowd are quiet because they don't know what to do. It's a nothing match.
Baron,
But the build,
thing,
I will say the build, though, The Miz in the build on social media and on Raw saying things like, if you talk about my pregnant wife and my unborn daughter again, I will knock your teeth down your throat. And then you make him work as a heel. Who doesn't want to cheer that guy?
Yeah, it's very weird. It's one of those matches where it's kind of like, okay, we need to build something, so it's got at least something, but it has no relevance later on.
It's not going to mean anything now. It's going to mean diddly squat.
Yeah, where at least other matches later on do have relevance.
Yes, exactly, because it was infighting.
Yeah.
Because that's the point of doing a Survivor Series brands clashing, is that you build infighting to then lead on for your own brand going forward. Champion versus champion match once again. SmackDown Tag Team Champs, the Usos beating the Bar. The Usos had that old babyface fire to them, and I very much enjoyed this. In fact, weirdly enough, I don't know if it was just what they were wearing, but they both looked in better shape.
Sure.
Because I've seen matches recently where I've been like, whoa, like they've both looked a little bit pudgier.
Cuddly.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm so used to seeing them as just like pretty well trimmed guys, and then I saw them Survivor Series. They look really good, and they look like a well-oiled machine. And the fact is, they should be beating Sheamus and Cesaro because they are the best tag team in the WWE, if not the world, in storyline. Because they're brothers. Like, you're not supposed to beat brothers.
No.
And I did find it funny every time they hit a super kick. Super kick party. Fuck the Young Bucks. I mean, it's just like, just leave them alone. Leave those poor Young Bucks alone. What did they ever do to you apart from steal your intellectual property? The next champion versus champions match. Charlotte Flair beating Alexa Bliss. Now, this is what I meant. Great match. Probably my favourite match to this point. Even though Shield and New Day was good.
Yep.
Charlotte winning is very, very odd to me. And winning clean with the figure eight, I find that very odd.
The figure eight, the thing with that figure eight was that it was so perfect.
Yes.
It was like proper tippy toes. Her, like, ballerina-esque.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, who won the 5-on-5 match? It was Asuka. So the point is, Asuka has now come up to Raw, and it's like, we're all looking at our watches waiting for her to get a title match.
Yeah,
Asuka, she will win the belt. So
Yeah,
you need to make Alexa look like she's going to give her a fight.
Yeah, at the moment, Alexa, so right now, Alexa looks weak.
Yeah, I mean,
weaker.
it was a good match. I don't think she... the thing is, I don't think she lost too much in losing in terms of her character on its own.
No, but because
Asuka's there, that's the problem. If Asuka is there and she's a presence, you need
the
to...
other problem, which we'll get on to when we speak about Raw.
Yeah.
We'll get on to the other problem later.
Yeah.
Not that it's a problem, it's not a problem.
Let's talk the next champion versus champions match here at Clash of Champions Survivor Series. Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, versus AJ Styles, the WWE Champion.
This.
AJ Styles cannot have a bad match.
This. Like, okay, so
we could move on. We just this.
The whole point of this match and the whole reason this match succeeded so well is probably because they sat down beforehand and someone said, and they all agreed to this, and someone came up with the idea, you need to throw AJ around like a rag doll, and AJ, you need to take it.
Oh yeah, but that was always going to happen.
Yeah, but there was part of me that was thinking, okay, what if he came in with, a strategy, a tactic, rather than just being utterly dominated.
No. You see, I think the point is that in storyline, AJ's plan was to go after the leg. Because you take out the leg, you go for a calf crusher. But the point is that Brock is just that fast and that good and that strong that he couldn't get a foothold in the match for a good long while. And what I really liked is I quite liked Michael Cole during this match. We haven't talked about the 5-man booth for good reason.
This is true.
It's too many people. I mean, that's a joke. You can't have 5 men like commentating. That's unreal. But I enjoyed Michael Cole during this match. He harked back to John Cena losing to Brock Lesnar in dominant fashion.
Yeah.
AJ put up a fight. AJ lost nothing coming out of this match. Nothing whatsoever. You do champion versus champion. This is literally the epitome of champion versus champion.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying that, AJ came out looking weak just because he was thrown around like a ragdoll, but it was just so good. Favorite moment from the match? AJ's calf crusher, and then Brock just turning around and figuring out, I can slam his head against the mat.
Yeah, because that's Brock Lesnar. Because he could do
no
that.
one else has thought to do that.
Yeah, because no one's the size of Brock.
It's amazing.
Everything about this match was well done. I thought the build was well done for how short a time they had. That's 2 matches now. That's 2 matches that AJ's been given. It shows a lot to me that they've been able to... Vince McMahon especially is able to go, I need a match. I need a marquee match. AJ, give me one. He gave him Finn at like 24 hours notice, and he gave him Brock at maybe a week and a half's notice.
This.
I think it goes without saying that AJ is the best wrestler in the world. I mean, he's the best wrestler in WWE. It's not even close. It's not even close. I wish it was a little bit closer for one of the men in the men's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match to end the show. I have a few issues with this match. As a spectacle, I very much enjoyed it.
Yep.
I loved the interactions between people that I wasn't expecting. I loved when Finn got in the ring with Nakamura.
Yeah.
I loved it when Triple H got in the ring with Nakamura and everyone was chanting rude and Nakamura just blanked it out and just like, come on! And I loved when he tagged in Rude because it was like watching, like, don't talk to me or my son again. Because Rude is Triple H. It's the same guy.
It was just incredible.
But the thing for me, though, is this was a really good house show match.
Yep.
Strowman was used the way that Strowman should be used. He decimated people. But, I mean, Nakamura going first, I don't actually think there's much of an issue with him going first because he killed everyone in the ring before he went out. He took everyone out and then Strowman caught him off guard, hit him with a power slam. I don't mind that. But the fact that Nakamura, Finn, and then Joe went out, was it Nakamura, Finn, Rude, Joe?
Rude. Yeah.
Rude, then Joe. John Cena kind of annoyed me in this match. I don't like the cheerleading.
Because he wore green.
He wasn't even the right colours. Like, Casual Friday was cancelled, but no one told him.
It's as if they called up and they were like, "Oh, can you come out to Survivor Series? We need you to go and you're going to be on Team SmackDown. That's fine. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks.
Surely that is the time to debut new John Cena gear, but blue.
Nope.
Because the kids would buy it, wouldn't they?
Yep. Nope.
Crazy. What do you mean, nope?
Well, no, I'm just saying that they didn't do that.
They did do that. This I enjoyed this match. It was good up until the closing stages. What I don't understand about Triple H, I have such a love-hate relationship with Triple H. What he's done in NXT is unprecedented in terms of developmental and building up a brand on a nationwide platform such as WWE. It's incredible what he's done. He has genuinely made some stars in WWE. A lot of them were in the ring with him. Why does Triple H feel the need to interject himself into the hottest angle going? He does it all the time. He did it last year at WrestleMania when he won the WWE title, the Royal Rumble, and then faced Roman. He did it back in 2011 when CM Punk was becoming a big star. I could literally rattle off numerous occasions that he does this. I don't understand why. We don't need Triple H there. Don't need him.
I think it's nice to have him occasionally on an appearance where it's like, after year and a half, oh shit. Is he going to... He is. Oh shit. And then that's a one-off. Goodbye for another 2 years.
Yeah, but it's just...
You're right. He's not needed in the ring.
We don't need him. No, we really don't. I mean, he can still go, clearly. I thought he looked better than Kurt did. I kind of felt bad for Kurt. I was looking at him just thinking, you're not even walking right. He was walking like one of those like mechanoid.
Yeah.
Like, really odd. I mean, he got some suplexes in, but I don't really feel the need to see a Kurt one-on-one match now.
No.
But yeah, Triple H, I mean, he even did it with Shawn Michaels' Undertaker. Shawn had two of the best matches in WrestleMania history, and Triple H was like, well, I can do that. And then he had 3 matches of his own with Taker. Like, it was two, and then, just... I don't get...
Too many.
Why does it... Why? But it's not even like Triple H is putting over the next generation because no one comes out of a feud with Triple H any better. Like, what did it do for Roman beating Triple H at Mania? Nothing.
There was also Seth.
Seth, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I was saying last year. It wasn't even last year.
No.
That's frightening. It was actually 2 years ago that Triple H won them.
Yeah.
That's frightening. What did it do for Seth beating Triple H at Mania?
Put him into a feud with Samoa Joe to continue.
Exactly. It's all cyclical. What's ridiculous is the fact that Triple H will beat Sting. So Triple H says, well, good karma. I'm going to let Seth beat me. I'm going to let Roman beat me. Okay. Now it's my time. Time to play the game. And he'll now beat some up-and-comer. It happened to Sheamus years ago. I was like, okay, this is Sheamus' time. Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, who I used to watch on Irish Whip Wrestling on the Wrestling Channel. Here we go. In front of like 30 people. Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, WrestleMania. He's facing the game. He can beat the... No, Triple H beat him. Like, don't need it. Don't need to happen. Triple H is nearly 50 years old. He doesn't need to be in the ring. He
looks good in a suit. Just keep it that way.
He looks good in the ring. I will give him that. But unless he goes in there to make someone look like $1 million, don't put him in the ring.
I tell you who he does make look like $1 million.
Who?
Braun Strowman.
Yeah, but everyone makes Braun look good because Braun will just...
No, but like when Braun, so jumping to the end of this match, when Braun was like, because I was in Braun's shoes, I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I could not understand what was happening. And it's like, I know they call you the game, and you'll play games, but I am so confused.
It's ridiculous. Why pedigree Kurt Angle?
There was, I'm like, you've got 3 on 1. Okay, anyway, so I was in Braun Strowman's shoes, so I just love, like, the absolute pure fear in Triple H's face.
Yes.
This wasn't, and he was genuinely turning red, and, like, this was a Samoa Joe choking out Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
moment. It was crazy.
Should we talk Raw? Because we're gonna get into that, obviously.
Because so going straight on to the first thing from Raw is this idea again with Triple H and Strowman. You had people face up to Triple H. So you had Kurt Angle, then you had Jason Jordan, and then you just had Braun Strowman. I loved how close he got to Triple H's face.
Yeah. Here's a question though. What are they going to do? A Strowman Triple H match?
No.
Okay, so
not at the moment.
Are they going to do a Triple H Jason Jordan match? Because that and Jordan winning for the honor of his father, I kind of like. But I don't want to see Kurt Triple H.
No, that has no value.
But the crazy thing for me as well, just looking at Survivor Series in a hub by itself, and considering what Roman did on Raw, is there a slim chance, and I mean a very slim chance, that we're actually going to get Brock Strowman at Mania?
You could get another Brock Strowman.
I mean, you look at the way they've both been pushed, and it's like no one can beat Brock, but then no one can touch Strowman. Strowman's a different man to when he faced Brock the first time. He is a killer. He's power slamming people through the ring. But it's not going to be Strowman, is it? It's going to be Roman. It is. But the way they're pushing Strowman in a crazy way, they're pushing Strowman harder than they've ever pushed Roman.
The problem with Strowman that I have is the way he gets defeated is pretty much the same. You get him to run, and then you move out the way.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm playing a video game, and I've figured out how to beat the bosses.
Yeah.
And now it's no longer hard.
Yeah, but it's all very stop-start with Strowman, which is not what they want to do. It's not what they want to do, because
plus
they've got a star there. Strowman is a star.
Yeah.
You look at Kane and Strowman, Kane facing Strowman, and I kind of think, well, Strowman, you have the ability to do what Kane is doing. You can go for another 10, 15 years if you want to.
Yep.
He will always have a job there, purely based on his size and skill set. He has turned into a hell of a wrestler.
Yep. But I don't want to see Strowman versus Kane.
Oh, no. I'm just saying in terms of... I'm not interested in that match. I just say, looking at someone like Kane, Strowman has the ability to emulate what Kane has done in the WWE and F.
Exactly.
Kane has been in a historic amount of pay-per-view matches.
Yeah.
He's been a constant in that company for a very long time.
At the moment, rather than setting up Brock versus Triple H or Brock versus whoever, it keeps going back to Brock Kane.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the end game is.
Strowman Kane, you mean? Braun Kane.
Sorry, yeah, Braun.
I think
Braun.
That's my problem. I don't know what the plan is for Braun heading into Mania. I still think that Roman versus Lesnar is going to be the Mania match, but
I have a decent fan theory as to how that's going to go down.
What, the Lesnar Roman match?
Yeah, no, how they can move Roman to Lesnar.
Okay, well, how are they going to do that then?
All right.
Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns.
Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns. Let's just remember that in a little article that was written, the Intercontinental Championship can change hands ridiculously quickly.
Yes.
Okay? There are ways of doing it where you don't make Roman look weak, potentially.
Because we have to make Roman look strong.
Yeah, I'm going from the WWE like Roman can't lose.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Okay, so you could have some form of elimination chamber.
Okay, yeah.
So that could work in his favor, because remembering that Finn Balor and Samoa Joe have pinned Roman.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
So he could lose his Intercontinental Championship there. Mm-hmm. If they did it in an Elimination Chamber match. Because that's going to be a Raw pay-per-view. And it's unlikely that Brock...
Oh, no, Brock's not defending.
Nah.
See, here's my thing. I would have used the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view to set up the number one contender for Brock at Mania. So I think a SmackDown guy is winning the Rumble. That's your WWE title match. In the Elimination Chamber, which is now a Raw pay-per-view, as opposed to last year where it was a SmackDown pay-per-view, or this year, it'll be last year when we get to the Elimination Chamber. I would use the Chamber to set up the number one contender, and I would have Roman win that match. I do not understand giving the IC title to Roman. It makes no sense whatsoever to me.
There's quite a nice gap. So if you didn't want to wait for the Elimination Chamber, okay, there's a nice gap where Roman could lose the title at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, but why put the belt on him in the first place?
Because The Miz had to go.
Yeah, the Miz is going to shoot the Marine 11 or whatever one it is. But,
okay, so by giving the IC title to Roman, so you're giving Roman a title and making him a Grand Slam champion. So that's boosting Roman from
Roman
a WWE
Reigns Grand Slam champion. He is, isn't he?
He is. So from a WWE point of view, they've ticked a box and gone, look what we've done, Vince. Look, we pushed Roman and now he's a Grand Slam champion. Woohoo. Okay. And then
even Cena hasn't done. I don't think Cena's won the IC belt.
Shall we look up
No.
Grand Slam champions?
No, because you've got Shawn Michaels. Cena is because he won the US title, so they count that as a Grand Slam champion. There's a few of them. I think JBL is. I'd be amazed if JBL wasn't.
Right. So, in the original format, we have Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kane, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Jeff Hardy, JBL, Christian, and Big Show. In the current format, we have Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, Big Show, The Miz, Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns.
Yeah. That's quite a company, illustrious company there. But you've got Samoa Joe right there. Samoa Joe, in my eyes, should be IC champion. I don't get why he isn't. They're not doing anything with him. Give the belt to him. He will be a dominant champion. I can just imagine him with the belt draped over his shoulder. I mean...
Correct. It fits him very, very, very well.
I get doing something with Roman before Mania. But the problem is you've given the belt to somebody and everyone knows he won't be champion before Mania.
Okay, apart from Samoa Joe's match at Survivor Series and the Raw last on Monday night, what has Samoa Joe done?
What has Samoa Joe done? He's taken Brock to the limit.
Okay,
he's taken Brock to the limit. He's a former NXT champion.
No. So, like, in the last, few months, I'm struggling to think.
Yeah, but then again, in the last few months, what has Roman done?
Been in bed resting?
Yeah. It's just like,
but
it's
WWE
true, though. What has
want to
Roman
push
done in the last few months? He's done nothing. It very much screams of a ratings pop.
Yes.
Just do something. Just change it up a bit. Miz has got to go.
Capitalize,
put it on Roman.
It's to capitalise. It's also to... so the other part of it is the idea that whoever you have legitimately beating The Miz, has to be ridiculously overpowered and convincing. So when Roman first took on The Miz for the IC title on Raw a few weeks ago, I remember thinking, well, of course Roman's going to win. He's outrageously overpowered compared to The Miz. I didn't take into account the Miztourage, the bar. But now this time they didn't take into account the Shield, counteracting the bar. I know that it could be used to build up someone else, but at the moment it's just to give the IC title prestige because the Universal title isn't always around. So the IC title, like you've told me before, the IC title is the main title of
Yeah,
Raw.
okay. I get that. I understand that. But another issue you now have with Roman Reigns is that Roman Reigns has to lose a match between now and WrestleMania, and he's going to be going up against Brock Lesnar. Roman shouldn't be losing anything. Roman should not be losing by count out, DQ, getting pinned, submitted, nothing. Roman Reigns should be untouchable between now and WrestleMania because you've got the most dominant champion in history in Brock Lesnar, and you've got to have someone that looks convincing enough to beat him. And somebody that has lost between now and WrestleMania should not be facing Brock.
Okay. I've got an answer that you're not going to like at all.
Okay.
Going to play devil's advocate here.
Okay.
What if he is completely unbeatable?
What, and he goes into that match with the belt?
Yeah.
So we're talking like a Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan scenario.
Yeah.
The biggest issue with that is that the belt means nothing.
Yep.
The belt means nothing. I mean, that's all I can say, really. The only other thing that I would accept is like Stephanie McMahon or someone saying to him, if you want a match with Brock, because we know you want a match with Brock at Mania, if you give up the IC belt, and then you've got to make Roman look like it's a difficult decision. You can't make him just go, yep, here you go. Yeah, I'll face Brock. You've got to make it look like it's a difficult decision, because then you could have an IC title tournament that ends at Mania, and I'd like to see someone like Finn or Joe win that belt.
Okay, I like that idea. That's creative. Creative.
Because
I like that.
If you have, Roman could be IC champion. It's the same thing they did with the TNA X Division title, where Hogan said to Austin Aries, look, option A is you get this, option B is this, but option C is that if you give up that belt, you can have a match for the TNA World title Option C was Austin Aries saying, yeah, I'll do that. I'll give up this match for a title, but you have to offer the X Division champion the same opportunity every single year. So then it set a precedent that every year at Destination X, which was a TNA pay-per-view, the X Division champion could choose to give up the belt to fight for the world title.
I like that.
I'm not saying do it every year with the IC belt, but if you say to Roman, look, you need to give up everything. It's all or nothing. You give up that belt, you get a shot at Brock.
I like that. It's like a contract within.
But the thing is,
belt.
They have to do it correctly. You can't have Roman just go, yep, and just drop the belt and be. You have to make Roman look like, what the fuck am I meant to do? You could have the Shield guy saying to him, look, are you sure you want to do this? You know, you're a champion. Are you sure you want to give up that belt? But I don't think they'll do that. I just think that Roman will he'll lose the belt in some really dodgy way. And
okay, the other dodgy way, is that he's not technically pinned or submitted if it's a ladder match. That, my friend, is the Royal Rumble way.
Should we talk SmackDown?
Sure, let's. Just going to skip over. Asuka's looking really dominant, and Paige returned.
Oh yeah, let's talk Paige returning.
So that is the issue that I face, and it's a good issue to have. Okay, it's a good issue to have. You've got Asuka, doesn't like cheat. I need a really good reason why she's going to lose. Yeah. Then you've got Paige. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when Paige first came, she won the belt almost immediately.
She won the women's title the night after WrestleMania.
So
she debuted, got in the ring, and said to AJ Lee, "Oh, congratulations on winning the belt." She hit her finisher, and then she pinned AJ and won the belt, which was then the Divas Championship.
So,
I believe
she's generally, considered a top.
She is,
top
yes.
performer.
She's considered a top star.
And then you have
roster.
Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
As well as, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and everyone else.
I would be happy, and forgive me if I'm taking away your idea, I would happily see Asuka versus Alexa Bliss with Paige costing Asuka the match. And then us getting Paige versus Asuka at WrestleMania, because that's a match I want to see. I think Paige is good enough to give her one hell of a match. People forget how good Paige is. She is incredible. She really is. I mean, there's been a lot of shit gone on about her, but she has to put that in the past. She has got a long career ahead of her in that company if she wants it. She's, 23? She's a baby. She's a child still. She's got so long. She's got at least a decade.
I think she needs to... Okay, no, she doesn't need to do anything.
I feel as well, I don't know, just looking at her, she just looks, I don't know, you say your point and then I'm going to say my point.
Okay, I was just going to say, WWE's, point of view on Paige has, for the past year, over a year, has been negative consistently.
Yes.
It's always tabloid news.
Understandably, though, it's not their fault. Yeah. It's not their fault at all. It's her personal choices, which we're not here to judge. But we don't know what happened. But you can understand why they would look at her in that viewpoint.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's fair enough. We're humans. People make mistakes. No one's perfect. All of that, and now making a new chapter, turning a page. All of that. I
was going to no-sell that.
Yeah. I didn't even
I know
realize.
I know you didn't.
Amazing. So...
Here I go. Turn the page.
So, yeah, she just needs to, as you said before, just leave that there, and then we go, okay, fresh start, a new day.
Don't say new. Oh, Jesus.
And we move.
That's what made me laugh when people like Paige is going to come back on SmackDown. No, she's not. Oh my god, no way. Just like, no way. That's no way gonna happen. Oh my god.
Right, what was your point? She looks.
I don't know. When she first came into NXT, I'd seen her on the UK scene. I even had the opportunity to speak to her a couple of times, and she had a very unique style. She was the anti-diva. When she came back on Monday, she just, I don't know, she just looked, I don't know, she just, I don't know if she's had work done to her face or anything like that. She just looks different, which is her choice. She can do whatever the hell she wants. It's her body. But I feel like there's something slightly awry. I don't know. Maybe it's just going to take a couple of weeks for me to get used to it, and then I'll be fine with her again, and I'll look forward to seeing her matches. But I felt the way she re-debuted was odd, especially bringing in Mandy Rose and the other person, whose name
something Deville,
something Cruella came in with her. Don't get that in the slightest. Two things: Mandy Rose is the spitting image of Trish Stratus.
Yep.
Second thing, she can't wrestle like Trish Stratus, so don't get too excited.
No.
I thought it was odd. And then what annoyed me was the very... we can move on to SmackDown now, because the very next fucking night, they did the same angle, but with Ruby Riott, who actually is an anti-diva and actually looks different. And crazy to me. But anyway, SmackDown talking points. Owens and Zayn almost got fired by Shane McMahon.
What did you think of the whole like getting down on knees and begging not to be fired?
I think that's great. I think Owens is that type of heel. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
It would have looked bad if Zayn had done it, because Zayn is not established yet as a heel, but Owens is an established heel and he's a scumbag.
No. Did you see Owens and Zayn came out to Owens' music, and Zayn is like skipping down.
He's doing the dance.
He's doing his dance,
ska
and you see Owens just say, "Yeah, that's enough. Cool it.
Yeah, it was good. I did enjoy it. I feel that they need to do something drastically with these two guys.
Yeah.
Now that the whole bullshit's over.
Do you know what I worry about?
What?
I worry that they go, they'll tell you what, they'll make a good, like, okay, I don't worry about it, but because they've done it before, but if they just slotted them into the tag team division.
Yeah, that would be an issue, but I could see them with a belt.
Yeah,
Why not?
It would work, but I don't think it's the best thing they could do.
No. There's other ways. Speaking of the belts, Gable and Benjamin are ready for another shot of those titles. I love this team.
I do like them. I have one issue.
What's that?
Like, I want Febreze to be relevant again.
Yeah, well, these vignettes will only get you so far.
Yeah, exactly.
So they do need to do something else with them.
They do.
But we'll see what they do. So yes, anyway, the
I think
Brothers...
they may move to Raw.
The Bludgeon Brothers debuted.
Yeah.
This is the definition of creative has nothing for you.
Yeah.
Alongside Bray Wyatt. We still haven't seen Sister Abigail. Just to point out. We were promised Sister Abigail.
Fuck.
Yep. Can I just to point out as well, because the NXT ladies made their debut. So Ruby Riott, Paige.
Yep.
Liv Morgan, Mandy Rose, Sarah Logan, the other one whose name I forgot. It's literally the same thing. It is literally copy and paste.
I want to say the other one, the UFC fighter one, she was Daria.
Yes.
from Tough Enough.
Yes.
Crazy.
Here's a question for you. Liv Morgan.
Sonya Deville. Sonya
Deville.
Deville.
Ruby Riott
Boom.
is good. I like Ruby Riott. Liv Morgan is okay. I haven't seen anything of Sarah Logan. Mandy Rose is just... Yeah, I've not much to say about her at all. Daria was okay. Ember Moon's in NXT. Nikki Cross is in NXT. Peyton Royce is in NXT.
This is a thought that went through my head where I thought, because I saw Sonya Deville and I know she's been in NXT. I mentioned it to you and you said previously, yeah. About her being in NXT, you just said, yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
And I see 6 people make a debut on the upper brands, moved up from NXT, and Ember Moon isn't there.
Yeah. I mean, she is NXT Women's Champion, granted, so you can't really move her up just yet. But Nikki Cross is still in NXT. Peyton Royce is tailor-made for the main roster. She's a star. She's phenomenal. Who else was in that for? Who was in that for? Oh yeah, Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is in NXT.
Are these people going to stay in the main rosters?
Yes, I think they are. I think that's them there now. But here's the thing that I will say: a positive spin. When they did the draft all those months ago, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's the draft." People coming up and go, "Oh, why isn't this person going up? What's this person?" Do you know one person where people went, "Why is she moving up?" Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Everyone went, "What the fuck is she moving up for? She's nothing." That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
All I'm gonna say. Look at her now. Look at Alexa now. I'm not saying anyone can do what Alexa did, but if given the opportunity, they can do something. They can certainly.
There's potential. Everything has potential.
Yes. Speaking of potential,
yeah.
AJ Styles.
I mean, no. Before we move on, I was going to make a point about the Blood and Brothers. And my point was with their outfits, it's as if they are a toned down version of the Ascension.
Yes, which is not what you want to be.
No.
It's one of the worst names I've ever heard in wrestling. The Bludgeon Brothers is one of legitimately the worst names I've ever heard in wrestling.
Yeah, like if you are going to bludgeon something, it suggests or it evokes images of bruising and blood and things like that, and causing great deals of damage. I don't think that they will be causing bruising and blood and things like that. They're just going to compete as
bludgeon.
bigger.
Bludgeon to me is too funny a word.
Bludgeon.
It's like calling them the Destruction Dudes,
This is true. Destruction Dudes. Oh my goodness.
which is almost better because you could go, "We are D&D. We roll the dice and kick your ass."
Destruction Dudes. Oh my god.
Yes, AJ Styles will be facing Jinder Mahal at Clash of Champions.
Cool.
Legit don't know who's going to walk out with a belt. It could be Jinder. I'm still saying it'll be AJ Nakamura at Mania.
It will still be AJ Nakamura, but
Nakamura wins the Rumble. Please. Please. I will love you forever, Vince. Please let Shinsuke win the Rumble.
no matter how many wrestlers you suggest should go transgender.
Oh God, transgender. Moving swiftly on. So yes, Daniel Bryan let Owens and Zayn off the hook. There's dissension between McMahon and Daniel. And I don't care. The show shouldn't be about those two.
No.
As much as I love Daniel Bryan. But yes. Any final thoughts? Oh yes. Yes. Top 5 wrestlers of all time. Shit.
Oh, there we go.
of all time, yeah, of all time. So not
wait,
of all
wait,
time,
wait.
right now.
No.
Top 5 wrestlers
No,
right
no.
now.
Right now, in the world.
Right now in the world. Chris Hero. In no particular order. Chris Hero.
No, it has to be in an order. Has to be in an order.
Has to be in an order.
Yes.
Okay.
You said AJ Styles.
Well,
was
number one is AJ Styles. Number 2 is Kazuchika Okada.
There we go.
Number 3 is Kenny Omega.
Thought so.
Number 4 is Chris Hero. I'm gonna throw in a personal favourite, and I'm gonna say number 5 is Aleister Black from NXT.
Oh.
So AJ, Okada, Omega, Cassius Ohno, Chris Hero, and Aleister Black / Tommy End.
I just need to text a Japanese friend of mine.
He's not. He's just not right now.
Just need to text him and give him an update on.
He's not though. He's really right now. You know I love Shinsuke Nakamura, but if I'm looking at it from a purely in-ring ability, right now Shinsuke is not at the top 5 in the world.
Shinsuke, you need to work harder to gain the love.
It's not
You
that he
need
needs
to work harder to gain the love.
If
of
we're
Jake
talking
back.
favourites, number 1 in that list ain't on the fucking list. Okay, in terms of personal people that I like, AJ Styles ain't on that fucking list. Okay. Okay, we're talking personal favourites. It goes Shinsuke, then it goes Shinsuke, then it goes Shinsuke, then it goes Shinsuke, and then finally at number 5, bringing up the rear.
Aiden English. Good night.